correctly. Duduo, flying type, is an ostrich, by the way. It can it go fly? Actually, yeah. For some reason, it doesn't look like it has wings, yet it can fly. I don't know either. Duduo just looks like a bird with 2 heads. It's kind of weird. And then Dodrio, which has 3 heads. I guess Dodrio is actually pretty cool, but it just looks like all they did was use Fearo's either Fearo's or Spearo's palette, because the back feathers look exactly the same, the color sprite looks exactly the same, and the top feathers are somewhat similar to Spearow and Fearo's. So I can say that it's not unique because of that, but I guess it's an okay Pokemon. I guess I would recommend it. Next we have Seal. Once again, its shiny sprite just... I mean, seriously, there's barely a difference other than the fact that Seal is white. Pure white. But Seal is a water type. I was about to say it was a water ice type, but that's its evolution. I guess I can't really recommend this one because it's very slow. It has horrible attack, defense, and special attack. And its only good thing is HP and special defense. I'm judging these by base stats half the time, so yeah. I don't know why, but for some reason I would prefer it if you got a Dugong with hydration, not thick fat. Why would anyone use thick fat with a Dugong? Or Dugong, my bad. Dugong is a water ice type. Why would anyone use a fire or ice type move on it? Seriously. I would prefer hydration, which all status problems are healed when raining. So if you were paralyzed and if you use rain dance, then boom, you're healed. Kind of cool. Next we got Grimer. Grimer is just a pile of muck, which is what his evolution is. It's just a big pile of muck. It's just a big pile of oozy, poisonous goo, I guess. I would hate to see that when I play my silly putty. Could you imagine that? All of a sudden, you were just like randomly playing your silly putty, and then all of a sudden it grew arms, and then had eyes, and then a mouth, and I don't know. It's just weird. And then Muck, it has 1 arm actually. I just now noticed that it doesn't appear to have 2 arms. I think it's supposed to have 2 arms, but it doesn't. The one thing about Muck is the fact that it's a bigger pile of poisonous oozy goo that Muck was. I mean, Grimer was. I mean, there's barely even a difference. I think other than the fact that it just looks bigger and it's low. But overall, other than if you ignore the slow part, it's actually, stat-wise, pretty good wall. Next we got Shelder. Shelder has a tongue sticking out. I think it's supposed to be a clam, but I could be wrong about that. But Shelder is a water type, and oh, actually that's pretty good. I mean, if you really kind of want to, Shelder's actually a pretty good Pokemon with, like Fury attack and stuff, because it will always hit 5 times if an attack hits like 2 to 5 times if one of those attacks do that. So it's pretty cool. Next we got Cloister, whom used the Water Stone to evolve. Wow, they didn't change the inside for the shiny sprite? Good grief. There is one thing that most people have wondered, and that's what Cloister does. I mean, Cloister's regular, you notice in the middle, it's like a purple sphere. Now, some people actually think that the purple sphere is actually Ghastly. And since they're both together, some people notice, I read that anyways, it's just basically they're the same thing, except the Ghastly sphere is actually the Cloister sphere that was in the middle. And I guess if I just come up with something. What if the Shelder lost its shell and then its sphere is alone, but it's still alive? I guess then it would become a Ghastly. Never thought of that actually. Ghastly is a poison ground. Poison ground? What? That's the Nido family. Poison Ghost Pokemon. I guess it's a pretty good Pokemon. I think it's speedy too. Though its shiny sprite is horrible. All this is blue. Blue outline. Yeah, it's kind of speedy, but defense is horrible. Horrible. Then we got Gengar, one of my favorite ghost types. He had a color change in Xexyz. In the Sinnoh region, he was purple, but for some reason they made it really dark purple this time. Almost not purple at all. It just looks like a bluish purplish color. Next we got Onix. Onix, rock type, ground type. I don't have much else to say about it. I mean, Onix is okay. Iwark? Wow. What a name. What a name. Next we got Drowsy, or Drowsy. Pink? What? A pink shirt? Never mind. Oh, what a unique name. Sleepy. Drowsy? I guess it's a okay psychic type. No, it's not an okay psychic type. Its base stats are horrible. Again, I'm only judging them by their base stats. I believe it can work if you EV train it alright, but I don't know. Hypno. You could actually capture one of these. I think you could capture one of these and fire red and leaf green. Don't count me on this one, but I believe that's true. Hypno, not much else to say. Next we got Crabby. Crabby's kind of cool looking. I kind of like Crabby, but Kingler, he's kind of cool looking too, but he's a bit uglier. All it really is just a big Crabby with a bigger pincher and a crown, I guess. I guess Kingler could have used an evolution. Yeah, why can't they use King's Crown for a Kingler? That way they can make a, like, I can't think of an evolution name for Kingler, but whatever. Voltorb, I kind of like his shiny sprite. It's blue. I mean, it makes him look like a great ball. Some people would think that Voltorb is one of the weirdest creations, and I'll have to admit, it's one of the wackiest. An electric type that can explode, and it looks like a Pokeball. Wonderful. Just wonderful. I mean, I know some people may find this a little annoying, the fact that some people, how can someone mistaken it because it has eyes? But Electrode, that's another story. I mean, it's bigger. It has teeth, for Pete's sake. And one of the wackiest things is it's an upside down one. I mean, if it was going to be mistaken as a Pokeball, come on. That would be impossible. I mean, I wouldn't be able to mistake it unless it was from behind and from a distance. And if I didn't have my glasses on. Execute is a grass psychic type. One of the few, I believe. I think it's actually the only one, but I could be wrong about that. Execute, I guess, is okay. Being a grass psychic type is not that great. But I guess if you wanted the grass type, and if you're in the fighting gym, that actually would be pretty good if you were in a fighting gym. I mean, grass itself wouldn't be very effective, or is it? I forget. I always thought that grass always had an advantage over fighting defensively because it did not affect the damage. And then we got Executor, which looks like Executor. I don't know. I'm just pronouncing these probably completely totally wrong. I'm trying to judge them by how I know how to pronounce them. Executor just looks like a big tree with no arms. It's very, 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 very weird.